let me start by saying this is the last type of video I've ever wanted to produce. I always wanted to avoid doing this. This is going to come across as e-begging. This is going to come across as petty. This is going to come across as just greedy. I'm going to have people spreading bad word about this, etc., etc. But you know what? YouTube's forced my hand. So this is the only thing I can do to preserve myself. So this is exactly what I am going to do. If you do not know, if you didn't watch the other video first, YouTube has new it has new policies going into place that they just started rolling out that is going to seriously adversely affect toy review channels, and we don't think there's and personally I don't think there's any way to stop it. So I've got a whole video detailing that and what the situation and atmosphere here on YouTube is like right now if you are a toy channel. That'll be linked in the description below. Go check that one out, and hopefully I'm completely wrong about all of it and everyone will be fine and we'll be laughing about this in a year. But right now, I do not trust YouTube. I do not trust them to protect us, so we've got to protect ourselves. So this is me protecting myself. So I need you to help me survive, essentially. Not in a, oh, well, I don't want to go get a job kind of survive, because that's handled. No, I need your help to keep this channel up. I need to keep the channel going, to keep TJOmega alive. I need help in a way I've never needed before, because frankly, I don't trust YouTube anymore, and the only way to ensure that this continues is to break free from them and their monetization system. Because if I can get away from what YouTube is doing, then I don't have to worry. They can mark my channel as for kids, they can gut it, they can sabotage it all they want. If you guys, if my primary revenue source from this channel isn't YouTube's ad revenue, then I can keep going forever. And I don't have to answer to YouTube at all. I can just do whatever we think is fun. We can do whatever we want. So that's what I'm asking. I am asking you to make my YouTube channel yours. I am asking you to support the channel in order to ensure that its survival and to have more of a say in it, because this channel right now is YouTube's, and I don't want it to be YouTube's anymore. I want to give it to you guys. So if you're paying my toy bills, if you're paying my my production bills, essentially, then I would answer directly to you guys, which I think would also keep me in line a lot more than I have been in the last couple years or so. So how do we do that? Okay, well, first off, we need contingency plans. We need to be able to organize, because YouTube's going to strip away my ability to comment to you guys and completely nerf your ability to see my new videos. So what I need is for everyone to follow me on social media. Whatever social media you have, I've got most of them. I've got them linked in the description. If you're watching on mobile, I'll just put them up on the screen. And they're all pretty much easy. Most of them are TJOmega. If you want to follow me over on Facebook, it is TJ Reviews. If you want to follow me on Instagram, it is The Plastic Addict. But for the most part, you're looking for TJOmega. In particular, Twitter is my preferred social media. That's the easiest place to see me, to comment to me, and follow what it is I am up to. Also, my Twitch channel. If my channel gets completely gutted and I still, I'll still have to make videos. I still want to make videos, so I might just go full-time on Twitch instead. So there is that. So if you haven't followed me on Twitch, the Twitch link is below too. Follow me there. The big one is, of course, the Patreon page, and I've never wanted to hard push my Patreon campaign. Never. Because I always felt like I didn't want to ask you for anything you weren't willing to give completely of yourselves. Anytime I've needed something for this channel, whether it was travel expenses to a convention or a new editing rig or new camera, I have always gotten the funds myself. I have worked for it. I have sold toys for it, but I have no point have I done like a GoFundMe or anything of that nature. Well, to be fair, I did it a little bit for one, but that was like for my first new computer. I did that a little bit. That's kind of like a pre-Patreon kind of Patreon reward thing. I'm not proud of that, but I've been trying to do it all myself. Like $1,700 for a 4K camcorder. Paid that. $2,500 editing rig. Paid that myself. So I've tried to do as much of this as I could myself. But a lot of that came from YouTube revenue, and I need to get away from YouTube revenue. I need to get away from my reliance on that, and that means Patreon needs to become my #1 source of revenue for my videos. So, I'm going to just straight up ask if you can support it in any way, even if it's just $1 a month. I will only ask you $1 a month, because the best Patreon campaigns in the world, the most successful ones out there, live on their $1 donators. It's a death by 1,000 cuts kind of thing, you know? You ever see like army ants that like cross rivers and take down huge animals because there's, thousands of them at one time? Same idea. Except beneficial to me, not it's actually gonna like eat my face or anything. Same thing. $1 is not going to seem like much to you. To me, it's the world, because if a lot of you see $1 is not a big deal, then you're not going to miss $1 a month. All of that coming in at the same time, though, is going to mean the world to this channel's future, and it could very well keep TJOmega alive a lot longer. The Patreon campaign right now, I was in the middle of kind of reorganizing it, figuring out more things that I could offer for rewards that were easier to deliver on, because I have had issues with that, I fully admit. But I've been trying to come up with some things. My $5 and up now have access to a exclusive Discord channel where you get a direct line of contact with me whenever you want. Ask questions, chit chat, whatever. That is one of my socials, by the way. I did start a Discord server. It's open. The link is in the description. Go there. You can talk to each other. You can comment on your favorite videos. You can see when I post new videos, etc., etc. I want it to be a fun place for everybody. But there is an exclusive channel just for people who pledge $5 and up, and there's a producer's channel for anyone who produces, for anyone who's $15 and up, because I was planning to have new videos have a permanent thank you spot at the end of the videos, like a producer's credits in the end card. And then all this with YouTube came up, and I don't know if I'll be able to fulfill that or not. So like that's another thing where it's like, oh my god, like can I even continue this? Like what can I offer if my YouTube channel's gutted? But that's the way to keep this alive. That's the way to keep TJOmega going. As long as I have funding from Patreon that's enough to keep this channel funded, to keep the new toys rolling in, to keep the new equipment up and running, and all the other expenses this takes, because like I've got servers, I've got server costs, I've got editing costs for Adobe Cloud, a bunch of things like that. It adds up quickly. So, like, I've got all of that stuff. As long as Patreon can fund all of that, I can keep going no matter what we have to do in order to keep going. YouTube can mark me as a kid's channel, take me out of the search engine, take me off the partner program, but I can still upload. So, I can still post videos, I can still get them to you guys, but you have to follow me somewhere else besides YouTube in order to see it. For instance, TJOmega.net. I'm going through different templates. I'm trying to find one that fits my style and will look good and is responsive on mobile and will suit all of my needs. I'm not a huge expert when it comes to websites and all that. I kind of need a template that I can just pop a new post into, and that's the website. But I don't want it to be crap either. So I'm trying to get TJOmega.net up and running. Now, and get it updated and modernized, because I tried doing it myself and it's kind of ugly. But One thing about that, I will apologize in advance. There's going to be more ads on the new site because I need to monetize whatever I can here, because YouTube will potentially take away my key source of monetization. So, it's a survival tactic. There's nothing they can do to me. There's nothing YouTube can do to me over at TJOmega.net. I can, I can be the adult collector based website that I want to be over there. So it's a really ugly situation. It's a really scary time, but as long as I have that support from you guys, as long as if you can't, like, most won't miss $1 a month, but if you can't even provide that, share my videos, spread the word, post it on Twitter, post it on whatever social. Like, I really liked this video from this guy, post it out. So the audience, because I'm going to need you guys to spread the audience, because YouTube will not spread my word anymore. Again, I'm basically leaving my future in your mercy. If TJOmega continues, it will be because you guys put the effort in, because you guys put in the support, because you guys wanted me to continue. I am basically putting myself at your mercy, whatever you want to do to help me continue and ensure that TJOmega as a brand will keep going and hopefully become more. Then that is all on you guys. I don't want to put it on you. I shouldn't put it on you. I've got no choice in the matter. So I am at your mercy, whatever you choose to do. The Patreon is patreon.com/TJOmega, just like all the socials. It's nice and easy. Pitch in what you want, or just link it around, and I will figure out what I can do for you guys in return. Once the hammer drops, I will figure out what I can do for you guys in return. So maybe nothing comes of it, maybe we'll be fine, but I can't take that chance, and I cannot trust this site anymore. There's just been way too much. So that's how it goes. So whatever you guys want to do, I am at your mercy.